Well, happy Friday, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talking Live weekend forecast update here on your April the 24th, 2026. We're going to wrap up our Friday with sunshine, dry weather, but the big news story for the weekend is going to be the fact that we do have some rain in the forecast. We'll definitely take it with the drought conditions across the region and some additional rain chances as we go into next week. We'll give you the latest update on the 7-day there as well. Now, before we get into this full update, if you're new here to the Talkin' Live Broadcast Channel's Facebook page, please give us a follow. And if you happen to be watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. But more importantly, make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates just like these. All right, let's get rolling here for today. We're cutting this a little bit early for you for this morning because I got to hit the road and take my dad down to Florida. But I want to make sure you guys are taken care of for the weekend, okay? We're looking at, again, sunshine, a few clouds around here as we wrapping up your Friday. Again, we're going to see these type conditions, I think, return on Sunday. But Saturday, it's definitely a 50-50 weekend, folks. So plan accordingly if you got anything going on for the weekend. We do need the rain. So right now, the radar is quiet, but we expect it by the time we get into our Saturday, we'll be tracking some rain, maybe a rumble of thunder. But the good news is no severe weather right now is anticipated with our next system coming at us. You can see some pretty hefty thunderstorms over there toward Arkansas and Missouri. In fact, some of those were quite severe over in Oklahoma. Had some tornadoes and some touchdowns there through the area. Haven't heard anything about any deaths yet, but again, some hefty severe weather out in the middle of the country. But we are not expecting the same things in our neck of the woods here as we go into this upcoming weekend. Looking at temperatures today, going to top out into the 80s for this afternoon. There's those showers and thunderstorms slowly sinking to the south. And it looks like that severe weather is going to stay mostly off toward the west of us. So here is the latest outlook here going into your Saturday. We're looking pretty good here for your day one outlook. I do want to back this up and show you the day one outlook, which will show you everything's back off to the west. So there it goes there for your Friday. This is Fridays. You see the yellow and the greens there, but nothing in our neck of the woods. It stays on the general side here across East Tennessee and North Georgia, and just a general thunderstorm threat for Saturday. So no severe weather. That's the good news for the weekend. And, the second half of the weekend is going to look better. So some good news there. All right, so let's go take a look at our model data here as we're going to be taking a look at the latest NAM model here as we kind of go through the upcoming weekend. So as we go through here, we're going to see, again, some little rains coming at us here. Watch a little timestamp there in the upper right corner. So it looks like maybe some early morning rains coming in toward the Chattanooga area there and looking a little damp for the morning. So if you got anything going on for Saturday morning, you may have to dodge some raindrops and some umbrella weather around. But this is not going to amount to a whole lot, folks. This doesn't look all that hefty to me as this moves on through. And then as we go into Sunday, the second half of the weekend, we got a little disturbance here sliding off to the west over toward Mississippi, but not coming in our area. So it looks like Sunday's looking pretty good. And then we'll see a return chance of rain coming in Tuesday and Wednesday of next week with some additional needed rainfall there. But again, right now, the overall rainfall amounts we're expected for this weekend, probably not all that impressive. In fact, as we go ahead and take a look at the rainfall totals here, as I go ahead and zoom this through the weekend, looks like generally maybe a quarter to a half inch here across East Tennessee and North Georgia. So again, we'll take it. But we really could use some of this reds and yellows over this way where they're getting 2 inches over here toward Arkansas. That's what we kind of need, but we're not going to get it with this initial round. Maybe we'll have some better luck as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday of the week ahead. As far as what we're seeing for temperature-wise here as we go into your Saturday, again, we're going to see morning lows here, not looking all that bad. I mean, they're going to be on the comfortable side for obvious reasons. We're going to have the clouds and the rain around. So as we go into that morning, it looks like a lot of low 60s out here, maybe a few upper 50s, but a mild start. And then obviously with the clouds and rain around throughout the day, we're going to keep mostly everybody here in the 70s for afternoon highs here on your Saturday. And then we'll see the temperatures come back up again on Sunday, obviously, because we'll have more sunshine around. All right, so here's our forecast maps. Let's go ahead and look through this again. Watch that little timestamp, that little yellow there at the top there as we kind of roll into your Saturday here. So Saturday, again, high rain chances. You see that dark green in here all across the region here. So we're looking pretty wet for your Saturday. But that'll change as we go into Sunday. Things will kind of move on out. Sunday's going to look dry, so we got a sunshine back in there on Sunday. And then as we go into next week, we'll watch what happens going into Tuesday and Wednesday with this cold front coming on in here. And this boundary may get stuck in the area here for a little while, so that'll be a good news. That'll be kind of a thing to kind of bring in some additional opportunities for some rains in here, and then we'll see what happens going later in the week. We got another front coming in here toward the end of the week as well, going into Wednesday and Thursday. You see the boundary kind of getting stuck there, and then going into Friday. So chance of rain looks like it's going to linger for all of next week. It'll just depend on exactly where the disturbances line up along the boundary and things like that. So it may change a little bit from day to day as we go into next week's forecast. All right, so here we go with our forecast here for Saturday. Wet, rain likely. Again, we're talking 1/4 inch of rain, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, but nothing severe. 78-62 there in Chattanooga. Looking at your overnight lows here, mostly upper 50s and low 60s across the area. A little cooler over toward the mountains, over toward North Carolina. And then we'll see daytime highs here, mostly in the 70s because of clouds and rainfall around. Regionally looking like this. You want sunshine, go down to Savannah and down to Jacksonville. They'll hold on to sunshine down there, upper 80s down that way. 80 in Nashville, 79 in Birmingham, 83 in Jackson. You can see the scattered showers and thunderstorms all across the southeast. Much needed, but we need a whole lot more. Hopefully we'll get some more coming this way. And the next 7 days, here we go. Again, Sunday looking pretty good. Monday's looking pretty quiet. Then that high rain chance comes back up on us on Tuesday. And we'll keep it a 50-40 range there from Wednesday through Friday. Again, I do suspect that will change. And yeah, we do have a big, looks like a decent cool down going into the following weekend as we go into that first weekend in May. Dropping down to the upper 60s. I'm sure that'll change too as we go through next week. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, it looks like a fairly warm next 7 days with some rain chances in there. And with those rain chances coming and the rain coming tomorrow, you may want to go ahead and download the North Georgia Majestic Weather free weather app right there. There's the QRC codes. You see the Apple Store there on top, Google Play on the bottom. Just go ahead and scan that. And go ahead and download that and have that tool in your back pocket. It'll alert you when rain's in your vicinity, lightning's in your area. It'll give you, obviously, severe weather alerts and futurecasts on the radar. Let you know where the rain's going to end up going. It's a great tool, great thing to have. We're going to be making it better as we bring our new website on board to kind of support the weather app. That'll be coming here in the next few weeks or so. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on the Talkin Live broadcast channel. Make sure you give us a follow there on Facebook and over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future weather updates. All right, that's y'all's update for now. Y'all be good, stay safe, have a great weekend, and we'll see you back in here on Monday. Bye-bye, guys.